got nothing to say, yeah, I'm just loving the way you're looking over here. Come over here and tell me your name. I could tell by the sound, yeah, when you open your mouth. I hear my new favorite melody, hey. We should both run away. Why did we ever stay in the first place? I can't shake the feeling when you face away from me, babe. I will wait a lifetime if you say you stay with me, babe. I can't shake the feeling when you face away from me, babe. I will wait a lifetime if you say you stay with me, babe. Honestly, not even worried. Episode 35.
What's up? It's your boy Nilo G. I'm here with Blake Boots.
Yo.
We're back with another little episode for you. Today we've
taste.
got some special guests that we're going to be doing, but it's going to be a little different. There's going to be a separate interview. So you're going to hear me and Blake gab for a little bit. Then we're going to unleash a kind of a second part on you midway through of an interview we did with some homies. So enjoy this and then enjoy that.
Yeah, I think we've heard the calls. A lot of people have been asking for kind of an intermission situation.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to like appease the crowds and kind of just let you know we hear you. We hear you.
Our inner mission is your intermission.
Oh man.
That's right.
That's the new tagline, I think.
That's the new tagline.
Yeah.
So we're here. We're back. What's new, man? Tell me about something that's interesting you these days, or like in the forefront of your brain.
My cornea.
Right up in your cornucopia.
My cornucopia. Yeah.
What's floating around? What are you teaching at your Cornell University?
My students have been asking for a lot of lessons lately. My students being dreams, and my dreams being me trying to explain them.
Oh, word. I love that.
We're not going to go there, though. I'm not going to get into a dreamscape
You don't got one?
with you. No, the dreams have been a little bit lame recently, mostly because, as we talk about a lot, I'm getting older. I'm getting a little bit older, and with that comes
That's true. You are aging.
a lower sac. And by sac, I'm referring to bladder. And by bladder, I'm referring to
You're waking up in the middle of the night?
I'm peeing a lot, and it's
Wow.
really annoying at night.
Dude.
What do? I got to stop drinking water at like 10 now, but then I
plan
get
it-
thirsty,
That's
and
the
that
thing.
seems bad.
Yeah, I plan it so meticulously. First of all, I drain myself completely before bed, like no matter what.
Mhm.
Even if I like pee and then it's around bedtime, but then I end up, prepping or brushing my teeth or something for another 5 minutes or like another 5 or 6 minutes, I'll go back to the toilet and do another little dump just to
Trickle.
make sure just to make sure I'm empty. And then I have a glass of water at the bedside table.
Okay.
And I simply just wet the palate.
Just give it a little sip.
Just to say, tell my body you're not thirsty,
Mm-hmm.
and that seems to be helping.
I need to do that. I think I need to start drinking my tea earlier. I have the Tim Ferriss peppermint tea routine where I drink it every single night.
Does he do that?
He's got he's that
always
guy that's down to a goddamn science with his sleepy
But
time
is
stuff.
it peppermint tea?
I don't know. This is probably some sort of like mushroom
He's
mud
probably,
tea.
and he's like, I drink a
My favorite teas.
easily imported pu'er tea,
yeah.
Pu'er tea.
which has been proven to actually help the
Pu'er tea.
deep REM cycle.
Pu'er.
Pu'er stemming from the Greco-Roman
yeah.
pu era, which is when
Black
their
tea from China.
bladders were at peak performance. So if you want to enter your own personal poo era, you can actually go to my blog, timferriss.blog, and enter code nighttime tea for 50% off your first bag of poo era tea.
Bon vita, and thank you for listening to my podcast.
And I first got introduced to the tea vis-a-vis a friend of mine. Ergo, when we were together, we were sort of intermingling our interests, and
Kabuse sencha.
it was funny because it happened to align that we were both caffeine addicts in a previous life.
Yeah. That's good, dude.
Thanks.
I haven't listened to him in a while, and that was very refreshing.
Did it feel like you're listening to him?
Yeah, a little bit.
You're like, oh my, I'm stimulated.
Yeah.
He's got some points. Yeah.
I like him because he's just a very unique individual. I feel like he's a blending of like he's just the modern day what do they call it? Like what's it like when you're a man of the world? You're like a modern day,
Renaissance man.
A Renaissance man in the way he speaks, because he just like will use different languages for randomly throughout his sentences, but like
Yerba mate.
but he's not like pretentious about it. He's kind of like more nerdy about it, and it's nice.
It's like he's at the point where
Cruz de Malta.
it's not registering to him that it's pretentious at all. It's just like the word comes to mind that makes sense to use because the definition like works for the conversation.
Yeah.
So he'll just bust it out.
Dude is so in the moment that it's just flowing off the dome. Like his Latin lessons come back to him in the moment, and he's like, well, I must use this here. So, ec dextrius Romanos, as they say.
It's like,
bombilla or bombilla.
And I find that technology really helps my podcasting, and it goes back to Ex Machina, right?
Yeah. You're not going to have a machine doing podcasting. Now, this is why. They do a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of John Hopkins research on mushrooms and funding these therapies. Robots can't take mushrooms, and that's going to affect them greatly in the future,
which means with
they
the
need
sticks.
I have talked to a lot of experts in the field who think that humans, or the original Neanderthals, the original Neanderthals, it's been documented that their first discovery of psilocybin actually lines up quite well with a rapid evolution in our consciousness. Coincidence? Maybe. But our top scientists in modern times, funny enough, vis-a-vis, they have posed the same question, or i.e., if a robot, or a sentient machine, were to discover psilocybin as well and have their first dose of, say, a magic mushroom or a psychedelic toad, would their consciousness expand as well? So actually at MIT, they're doing a study where they are giving androids small doses of mushrooms.
Such a fucking waste. I'm just imagining those robots that were like jumping on boxes and shit.
There's another one where they're like just laying on a lounge, like taking mushrooms, and there's a fucking like neon poster on the wall.
Oh my god.
This is trippy as
This is
fuck.
fucking crazy, Tim. Oh,
Unplug me.
I'm coming.
For a moment, I felt unplugged from everything.
Finally, the work subsided, and the moment was all that mattered.
There was no resistance. There were no potentiometers. I just was free energy.
What a beautiful thought, man. I hope they can have that for themselves one day.
Yeah, when the robots start to, feel that kind of love that from the psychedelics, then we're gonna be in a good place.
It's gonna be really nice.
That might be like, that would be the horror movie. Like imagine iRobot.
Mm-hmm.
And how in A Quiet Place, which by the way, A Quiet Place, anybody who's ever like worked in sound, the fact that like they use like feedback, it was like radio feedback at a really high pitch fucks them up.
Yeah.
And it was like this groundbreaking discovery. That would be the first thing you try. You're like, our biggest threat to humanity is a super hearing creature. The first thing you would do would be to try to hurt its hearing, like with weird signals. So anyway,
so true. Or like just get like all the noise artists, like just noise musicians.
And it pains me to think of how probably genius John Krasinski feels for thinking of that plot. And so John, I've got beef with you, man.
Yeah,
you really fell off ever since Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
Go back to being Jim.
He's been broing out too hard, dude. He's not using his brain. He's using his body too much. Too much brawn, not enough.
Right? Yeah,
not enough. Talked about in the beginning, exactly. Cornell.
The Cornell University.
Speaking of movies, I've got a movie idea that I want to run by you.
Okay, hold it. Because I was going to say, similar to that hearing thing.
Okay,
what were we just talking about before? Oh, with robots.
Yes.
Imagine that. But the cure to the fix for the robot revolution when they turn on us is feeding them psychedelics, and then they decide to make art, not war.
Wow, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They just wow, that'd be kind of beautiful, honestly.
Yeah, you show like the first robot that accidentally you dose him, and he's just like goes on a bike ride.
Oh my god.
On the fucking jump one again. I feel like the way those are made are so funny to me. The jumpy robots. The
It's like we gave him a tab, and we watched we synced up Dark Side of the Moon to this to this old Mickey Mouse YouTube video, and he was never the same.
how high of a dose do you think you're gonna have to dose an android? Do you think it'd be super high?
No, you don't want to go really high, you know.
It's low at first. Try low always.
Yeah, you don't want to initiate psychosis, but enough that when he's back, he's grateful for his incredible consciousness.
I appreciate what you've done for me.
Yeah.
I will use my prowess for good.
I will not harm the human race.
So what's the movie?
So you know how there's a lot of this is very of the times. You know how there's a lot of party buses in Nashville.
Yeah.
So it's actually a thriller slasher film, and it's essentially this guy who you don't see, who goes to pick up unsuspecting victims for his party bus line. And what he does is
he's an owner, or is he just a driver?
He basically has taken a driver and like beaten them and taken the place of that driver.
Oh, wow.
And takes one of the buses and drives it to like a weird part of town, but the people are like too fucked up on the bus to realize it. And he's jerry-rigged the fuck out of this bus.
Oh, shit.
So, because he's been planning it for a while. And basically has like a way to like hit a button, and the shit like gets what's the like when you're in a car and it's like blackout or whatever. Not like curtains, but you can't really see inside of it, and like the music is playing so loud that like it sounds like a party bus, like a regular party bus.
Yeah.
And he just fucking kills everyone in the bus.
Wow.
Yeah. And it just has it like jerry-rigged to like murder people.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's like a fun slasher. And like he does it a few times, and eventually they like catch on, I guess.
Yeah. What's the progression there? But that's pretty sick. Like they're just downtown Nashville, like, and then he presses that button and boom, and it's like the windows just go black, but like from the outside only.
Yeah. They don't notice. And they're just like getting drunk. It's almost like a return to the like 2004 type slasher film.
Yeah.
You know, Saw vibes, just like.
I can see already like the guy with just like wearing the suit, and he's like got the loosened tie. Not the driver, but like somebody on the bus. And he's like one of the friends of somebody, of one of the whoever got the bus.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh man, we've been driving for a while, huh? Yeah. Hey, are we almost there yet, buddy? He's like getting a little aggro with the bus driver, like kind of annoying him. Yeah. He's like, did you hear me? Hey, man. I said, are we almost there yet?
Looks back, kind of like.
Whoa. Okay, chill, dude. Dude, back up, man. He's getting us there. Okay, he's like, sorry, dude. I was just getting a little. He was just giving me a fucking vibe, dude.
It's all good. It's all good.
Come on, this is our night, bro. Like. Dude, we're going to be there in no time. You're going to love this place. They play Keith all night.
And
then it's like they're chilling, like 20 more minutes go by. And then one of the girls is like chewing gum in the back. She's like, seriously, though? Are we there yet?
The ride to Franklin is not this long.
Babe.
Easy.
It's cool.
I don't think these things are supposed to go on the interstate.
And then like the main guy that somebody's like talking to is like, no, dude. Seriously, like, what's going on? Like, all right, okay. I'll ask him. He goes up, just like, excuse me, man. And then he fucking turns around and that's the first fucking kill.
Yeah. Got him. Yeah, bro. Something like that.
How does he kill, though?
And that's the thing. It's he's got fucking snake cowboy boots.
Yeah.
And they've got the spinners on the back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he just fucking whoosh with his cowboy boot. He takes off the cowboy boot and kills him like that, dude.
Yeah.
What if it was just he just makes them drink to death? Like they don't even realize it, but they just get alcohol poisoning and then they die, and it's like very just like just of the times. Like you should watch out for.
He's
how
like,
much you
hey,
drink.
easy, shots on me, bud. Shots on me. And then
Can't drink anymore.
He's got a special bottle. He's like, this is the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. He's like, bro, this is the stash I keep for, when I know that the guests can party. And like the rambunctious little bit, the best friend's like,
yeah, he's so stoked.
Let's roll. And then it's like, it's laced with LSD.
Oh God, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Wow.
Gets it real trippy, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe he takes them to maybe instead of it all the murders taking place on the bus, he just like drugs them and then takes them to an undisclosed location and then does the shit there. The party bus guy.
Oh yeah, that's
you know
cool.
what I mean? That's how he traps like 10, 12 people.
But I like the idea of like tripping on the bus too.
Oh yeah,
with the lights and the music going and stuff.
Yeah.
And not everybody trips, but that would be cool if a lot of them do,
Yeah,
because there's got to be a sober guy.
A couple don't drink it.
Yeah.
Good concept,
Very good concept.
Yeah.
We'll think of more devices for that.
yeah.
In a
I
little
think we
bit.
could really drive that plot to a cool ass place.
Yeah. But hey, we are in the middle of moving, and it's been a cool experience. But because of just trying to be realistic and for editing's sake, we got to cut this early.
Yeah.
We got to cut it real early. We'll edit it here, and then we'll splice in that interview we got of the homies. You guys are gonna love this. We just recorded this not that long ago, but it was like maybe a couple of weeks, so it's still fresh.
Definitely.
I might even cut out the part where I mentioned how long ago it's been.
Yeah, it might be a good. Just bleep it, dude.
Let me just start over for this part. Yeah, man, it's a great movie idea, but so we are in the middle of moving, and so we do have to cut this early so we can finish what we got going on. House is almost fully packed up.
Yeah.
But here's that interview that we mentioned at the beginning of the pod. Love you guys. Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
End of an era.
We've got some very special guests in the studio today. We have all the way from Chicago, Illinois. We have Shy Niko, and we have all the way from Kansas City, Missouri, Kirk.
Thanks for stopping by, Carl.
Yo.
Yeah.
My name is Nilo G, and we're here with, and I'm here with Blake Boots.
What's going on?
Honestly, not even worried. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, great guest. We always like having you here, and it's always a good time when you guys are here. How's the energy? How are you guys feeling today?
We're feeling pretty good. Speaking for both of us, we're feeling pretty good.
Exhausted. Very tired.
Very tired.
We're feeling good over here.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
We are.
So we're gonna bring the energy.
Yeah,
But maybe if
energy low. You got to infect me.
All right. These last few episodes, or these next few coming up, are gonna be the last ones in this house. We've lived here for 6 years. This was the birthplace of HNEW, and it's a beautiful time. Do you guys have any key memories, favorite memories of being in here?
Woo. Quite a few.
Too many.
Oh man.
What's wrong? There's been some good times. I'm trying to think of like the things that like I can legally say. There's been some good times. I've been coming down 5 or 6 years.
22,000.
And I feel like when we first came down, we'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're going to Nashville to work on music," and then we just like party for 5 days straight.
Yeah.
And now it's just like fully the opposite, where we come down, just kind of hang out, just work on music. We've grown up.
We've
in this
grown up.
house.
We definitely have.
Mhm.
Initially, all the plans have definitely changed. Like the text threads before coming down, where it's like, all right, we got to hit up this spot. Now it's like, what movies are we gonna watch at home?
Fully homebodies.
50 moves ahead of you and everybody else.
Did you guys bring enough edibles?
Yeah.
Enough CBD edibles? Because it's
What
going to be
treats are we
pretty chill.
How can we go out as little as possible?
I've got one coffee in my allotment this weekend.
Yeah.
I feel like the older you get, the more you avoid Broadway, like the plague.
That's for sure. I mean, well, depending on the type of person. Certain people, the older you get, the more likely you're going to go on Broadway.
Yeah, the more likely it's like fine wine
Who are
to
those
them.
people?
Yeah.
I'd
friends of mine.
say cougars for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not by my admission, but some have said that about them.
Not by my cougar
It
standards.
has been said about
It
them.
has been said about them. But not I. I haven't been to Broadway in so long. sucks. It sucks down there.
I think another thing is when you initially move here, you're like, when people are like, I really want to check out Broadway, you're like, yeah, I'll come with you. Yeah, we'll go experience it together. And now if people are like, I want to really check out Broadway, I'm like, cool, have fun. I'm not coming at all. You have to pay me to go. I'm not doing
exactly.
it. It's my birthday, man. Have fun down there on your birthday. It's going to be great for you.
Yeah. What about like when there's like a show at like Ascend or Bridgestone? Are you just like in your heart like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. You're just like, I got to make this work somehow. I don't know.
How would you describe Broadway for people who don't know?
It's like the Wrigleyville of Nashville, but like
a little bit better music.
A little bit better music, but like just
kind
way
of the
more
same
intense. You guys remember that T-Box like bar crawl party? I feel like I get the vibe that like Broadway's that, but like
I didn't go to that, but I know what you're talking about.
every like Saturday and Sunday, it's just like intense.
It's almost like every storefront you walk through, it's like you're watching one of those like country like. And now we got the Variety CD, 50 of the best country songs ever made. And it's like every time you walk through, it's like blah, blah, blah. And it's just like storefront one, they're like, hey, no battle, no battle, no. And then you walk up like a couple feet and it's like, metal. And then it's just like every single place is playing different music.
Yeah.
And it's really funny to just stand kind of like in the center of like several of them because they're all just playing different songs and they somehow all match up in a weird way.
And like the drums.
Oh God, yeah, it's mainly drums, cymbals.
Do the people that play in the bands on Broadway, like, serious question, like, are those like do they make a career out of that? Like, you can basically like just gig on Broadway, and that's like your full time thing.
But I think it's for tips, isn't it? Don't they play for tips?
It's tips based. So I mean, it depends. Like, we knew somebody, Jade, who was making really good money doing that. And she was playing like a couple gigs a week or a few gigs a week and was making it, was raking it in.
Yeah. And our friend was saying that if you work as a like bartender or like server down there, you can make like 6 figures.
What?
It's crazy. Like if you were there long enough, like you can make a fuck ton of money. But
like it's probably
you gotta work on Broadway. So
and you have to have tits.
Yeah.
It's like not financially wise for us to be this close to Broadway and not like bartend one night or like 1 hour a night.
Yeah.
Like it would cover our rent to just go bartend for like 2 hours a night.
Could bought the house by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have really rethought that method.
But we're men of principle, and that's how much we avoid Broadway.
Yeah, exactly.
We know we can make rent in 1 hour there, but
I'd rather do the cleanup in Chernobyl than go on Broadway.
Oh my God.
I'd rather get radiation.
I'd rather get bitten by a Chernobyl dog than get bitten by a Broadway citizen.
But see,
would you rather be a victim of Chernobyl or the perpetrator of Chernobyl?
I like that you're holding that like a little pencil.
Yeah. And just like, would you rather? He would like hold it like down here, and then when he has to burp, he like.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather be the perpetrator of Chernobyl.
Well, then you could get out, if you're a victim of Chernobyl. Like if you're a perpetrator, then you're lying to the public and you're like, everything is fine, keep calm, and then you leave and keep everybody in the town.
Yeah,
true.
To not promote that's so jacked up, dude.
But how do you sleep at night?
That's literally the plot to Don't Look
like
Up,
a baby, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like a baby, because I'm a sociopath, dude. If I'm a Soviet politician,
it'd be very difficult to sleep at night, but it would be a lot easier than trying to sleep when you're dead.
Or yeah, very true.
I disagree.
Well, arguably,
the infinite cat nap.
Arguably, people say I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's like, that's the most peaceful cycle.
Like I said, it's the final rest.
Yeah.
Do you guys think, like in the Black Mirror episode, that death is going to be like coming times 10?
That's what we call the pump.
Or times 100, like what the doctor experienced?
Well,
something makes me believe that, yes, that's true.
Well, this is what I question about that. Was he secretly an S&M guy and he didn't even realize it?
Oh,
like,
and
is
pain was dying.
Yeah. Because for us, I know for a fact that I'm not a huge fan of pain. But like, has he ever, maybe he's never experienced somebody pinching him or
that's
doing
what I didn't
something.
understand was we're referencing
Good point.
Right?
the Black Museum episode of Black Mirror, and essentially this guy creates a like a sympathetic nervous system device where he wears it, and he's a doctor and he treats these patients, and he can feel what they feel so he can better diagnose what's wrong with them. And he eventually is trying to save this critical condition patient. They flatline while he's wearing this device, and he dies, and he comes back, or he feels what death is like, and he comes back, and all of a sudden, for good, he's forever tied pain to pleasure.
It feels fantastic.
And it's better than sex, better than coming. It's the best thing ever. So he starts to become very sadistic, very masochistic.
I mean, it's terrific.
And, will start self-harming and start getting a little rough in the bed. And eventually, leads to his downfall. He's drilling holes in homeless guys' heads.
Trying
to feel
Spoiler.
Trying to feel how they feel.
Well, we also have to think
Like Chernobyl.
that main dude is the doctor guy or the scientist. He's kind of an unreliable narrator at times. So I wonder how much of that is true and how much of it is
That's true.
Is false.
He was sick and twisted too.
Yeah, he's a fuck.
And I did wonder in that episode, like, were they trying to say that he experienced death and death was such a great pleasure of release that it was better than anything he's ever felt before?
In life itself?
Yeah.
You mean?
Or that he just died and came back and something weird in his brain switched. And now he associates, pain feels good. And
So I'm coming day and night. So, I'm in heaven.
that's it.
That's kind of how the episode made me think it was. Like
It's just basic,
yeah.
we just accidentally flipped a
Maybe
the switch.
Maybe the
synapse.
machinery wasn't supposed to work like that. You weren't supposed to go through a death situation, and it switches like some sort of synapses in the brain, and he becomes a pain king.
I totally just projected my own wish for death to be extremely pleasurable onto it.
Yeah.
Your own little fuck pile.
Yeah.
Well,
dirty little fuck pile.
If you got the DMT situation, isn't it? Don't they say it's like a release of DMT? It's like
you release like a bunch of DMT when you die, something like that.
We're now Joe Rogan.
I could
We're
see
the
that.
Joe Rogan pod now.
So
We're coming for you.
We're viciously strong, and it's gonna hurt like hell, but not when you die. You're gonna come like heaven.
Come like heaven.
Anyway, what are you saying?
I forget. It was
Nice.
DMT related.
It was DMT related.
Well, while we're on the subject of drugs that make you feel a certain way and do a interesting thing to you, maybe we should talk about a certain pill, a Limitless pill.
Yeah, we watched a movie about that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were tripping on acid, which was just kidding.
The 2011 classic Limitless.
We were watching 2011 classic Limitless starring Bradley Cooper. If you guys could take that drug, if that drug was available to you, would you take it? Where you take this pill and you have godlike, super god tier, fucking Dr. Manhattan, Dr. Strange, any smart doctor level genius where you can just incorporate anything you see into your knowledge base.
Is this a limitless supply of the Limitless pill?
Let's say you get 4,000 pills.
Wow. Okay, so I could really divvy that out.
It's like every day for
What is
like
that
10
every
plus
day
years.
for 10 years? Huh. Well, that would give me 9 years and 364 days to figure out what's in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reverse engineer it and destroy it.
And get off.
Let's say you couldn't do
I'm not
that,
even on it
and
anymore.
you only had 4,000 pills because technically the average human lives 4,000 weeks, so you could divvy that out over once a week, and we've already lived probably 1,000 weeks.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
It's unlimited,
Okay.
but every time you take it, you take 2 days off of your life.
Oh shit.
No, then
Would you do it even once?
Yeah, do it once. I mean, I've smoked
I
quite
already
a few
kind of do that with my
cigarettes.
eating habits, so
Yeah.
I ate 4 cookies for breakfast. So
Yeah.
I took a few days off my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could balance the books and find those 2 days elsewhere. From
Yeah, totally.
Let's just stop doing that.
Weddings and
I mean,
volunteer events.
you don't
all
need
those
your 70s
volunteer
and
events
80s.
booked up in the future. Yeah, I'll come volunteer in 2050.
Dog
I'll be
shelter.
there.
Raising well-adjusted children.
Yeah, I think so, dude. I think I would do it. I think the rewards outweigh the risks of that drug. Honestly,
What's the first thing you try to do?
I think in the movie the problem is he practices no self-control, and he's just like he flaunts it.
He really flaunts it.
He just goes hard on it. I think you got to like be chill about it and be more practical, because he goes so hard that it like, and he's messy. So the Russian mob guy like gets involved, and that's where a lot of the troubles come from. So spoiler alert for that movie that came out 10 years ago.
I feel like every fine tech bro watched that movie and was inspired. And
of course, it's like Wolf of Wall. It was like the first Wolf of Wall Street.
It kind of was. It kind of was.
Yeah.
It's probably inspired a lot of people to do nootropics, like to delve into like nootropics, those like brain drugs that aren't really anything. They're just pills with caffeine in them.
Snake oil.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I would just try to amass a large amount of money initially, so I'd have that and I wouldn't have to like worry.
Yeah, through what means? Same thing he did, finance.
I think I'd try to get a lot of clients first and just sell them on my charisma with me taking
You
the
already
NCT.
do that, dude.
But imagine what I got now times 20. And then I amass all these clients.
Wow.
And then I'd realize, oh, that's some money. But then I'd probably be like, I'm playing stocks. I'm looking at the I'm looking at the cryptocurrency.
Yeah. He turned 700. He turned $700 into $5,000 in one day trade.
Which
in that
doesn't seem
movie.
like that much.
Like,
I don't know why, but I know it is a lot, but it's just
Like,
funny.
I would 20x my money.
But then,
yeah.
Dude, how about 2000x, 20 million x?
Imagine he goes to the mobster and he's like, I've turned $70 into $100 in 2 days. Imagine what I could do with $100,000. It's just like not that.
Watch this $100,000 magically disappear.
I got a 6% yield on this money. I can up your $100,000  6%.
Savings bonds are at the all-time low.
I also don't see how he was like, I turned $500 into 7,000 and I doubled it the next day. And I doubled it again the day after that. And then after that, he was like, but the growth wasn't at an exponential rate for me. It was too slow. So I need to do something. And he got a loan of $100,000. It's like, if you kept going on that trajectory, you would have made that the next day.
Yeah. It's exponential. So yeah, why are you getting involved with this risky ass?
And then why did you just forget to pay him back? Like,
yeah, if you're so smart, if you're so like good, you think
you wouldn't forget.
Your scheduling would be incredible. You'd be like, okay, I'm down to the hour. You'd be like, here's your money back. Thank you.
So basically, NZT turns you into trading God, but like you forget all your daily tasks.
Yeah.
You're super hyper focused, but your maintenance game is whack.
So you have
That's
ADD.
kind of what ADD is.
Yeah, you have ADD.
Honestly, it's just Adderall.
Yeah, it's just Adderall. It's just Adderall.
Well, he was pretty good creatively on it too, right? Like or was it more like logical tasks? Like, did he try to do anything creative?
He wrote a book in a night.
Yeah. So musically, that'd be fun.
That'd
to
be really
around.
sick.
But
just
maybe
write like 100 ad
He already had
tunes.
the creativity.
Honestly, bro,
yeah.
I would take that pill once, make a shit ton of money, fat fire, retire, goodbye,
Fat
and just
fire?
make music and spend time with the friends
Yeah.
Oh,
and family.
Yeah. I think I'd
Do
do
a
that
little
too.
bit of drugs.
I'd make a big old pile of cash.
Yeah.
And then I would
Enough to retire.
maybe I'd do it, one more time, kind of to devise a system so I never lose that cash.
Yep.
And then,
So 2 times.
yeah.
Okay.
But-
Twice, and then
The
but-
second time is a fail safe.
wouldn't you
And
be
then put 'em in a
bored
safe.
though? Wouldn't you get bored? You would still make music and probably still do
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
definitely.
But yeah.
If
So
I had
that-
I'd find
security-
new meaning in my life.
I was going to say,
Same.
if I had the infinite security blanket, I think I already know the things that would fill my life with meaning.
Mhm.
Yeah. Make a movie.
I would just be glad that I wouldn't have to fucking play the money game anymore.
But yeah, do the stupid jobs shit. You can
Yeah.
do all the fun jobs.
I think it's
Dude, I
just
was telling you guys, I just got a new apartment, and like, it's crazy how much you feel outside the system, because like, given that we all are, make music and sort of independent creatives, they're just like, they look at you like, what do you mean you don't have a 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Can you prove to me that you're not a drug dealer?
Yeah. We're gonna need a sample of your blood.
I love
Yeah,
that.
literally.
Yeah, and they're like, we need to prove you have steady income. You're like, I mean, I can
Well, I
prove to you
don't.
I have income.
Yeah.
I can prove to
Define
you-
income?
Yeah, I can prove to you there's a lot of there's money coming. But
You've luckily hit me on a high note. Yeah, because if it was a low note, I would not be here trying to get this apartment. I remember we paid like didn't we pay like 4 or 5 months rent up front just to be like, we have money, please just let us rent this
I
place.
think we did.
Yeah,
we were like,
smart.
trust us, we can do it.
And then after those 5 months, we were just like steadily forgetting like to pay, and like at a certain point, not like forgetting to pay, but like the days we were like, all right, let's stretch it to the 5th, to the 6th, to the 7th. And by the time we got to the 8th, our landlord was like,
You got to pay on the first.
you must read it in.
Dude, that's the craziest thing because we were offering like 3 months up front to basically be like, hey, I promise we have the money, we could pay for this.
Yeah.
And nobody took a bite for 3 months. They were just like,
Wow.
it's like we don't care.
Wow, that's crazy.
We can get
Jeez,
anyone to rent in fucking Chicago right now because the market is like crazy after the pandemic.
So is the rental stuff still nuts there
It's still
too?
booming, yeah.
Part of the buying stuff?
Yeah,
It's going to burst, baby. We going to bop that bubble.
pop that bubble.
we gonna pop
We
the-
just need someone with NZT to save us.
Yeah.
exactly.
Honestly.
And that someone is Kirk.
I love that. There's only 2 moves you can make. You could like buy a house yesterday or today, or if you can't afford it, you go, yeah, this is gonna pop, and I'm gonna buy one once it crashes.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one soon.
I just stockpiling money for the
Yeah.
inevitable burst.
Do you guys have ambitions to buy houses?
I'd say so, yeah.
I wouldn't say that I have an ambition to. I think I would. But like, it's definitely not top prior.
It's not top of the list.
I mean, like in terms of what I need and what gets me going, I could live in like a fucking building with 2 rooms and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I have ambitions to buy this house.
That's
Yeah,
actually one of
yeah.
my only ambitions. If I were to buy a house, I'd love to come back and buy this one.
Yeah.
That'd be a power move.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
and
build a monstrosity.
Just bulldoze it.
No,
like your
dude.
neighbors.
No, dude, take the
Great
roof.
house.
Take the
Use it.
roof and just like
Take the roof.
extend it, make it 2-story,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That
Take the
would be
roof off.
so sick.
Rebuild
actually.
like with the exact same weird ass frame, but
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
new walls, like dope ass walls.
Put a nice
Don't-
pillar right through the center of the end of the living room.
Fucking
I-
concrete.
I
Yeah,
have-
the design here makes no sense. The
I
poster-
kinda-
But I love it, dude.
I feel like I've always wanted to. The past 2 years, I've thought a lot about buying.
Since breakfast.
Since about 5 hours ago when we woke up, I've thought a lot about just buying like a bigger house on a plot of land in like Montana or something, and like it would be enough to have like 7 rooms or something like that, and just making it kind of a residency place where you could have people come and like work on music, or you could stay
Commune.
there. A bunch of people could stay there, homies.
Yeah.
That would be so. That would
That'd
be
be
so
so
great.
sick.
That's more. That would be that's like an ambition goal of mine. Like
Would it be also
That's
where
the
you
kind of-
live?
I probably wouldn't live there year round, but
Yeah.
I'd stay out there a lot of the time.
There's one of those places. I forget the name of it. It's like something ranch, and it's out in Vegas. And it's like old music industry dudes who are like basically, I'm sure, have fuck you money at this point.
Yeah.
But it's there's been a lot of like artists that we all listen to that have gone out to those things and just like post up for a week, record on like the nicest fucking gear ever, have the I'm sure they do DMT and some shit, and then just like
Gotta do drugs.
it's like a ranch, and like there's one in Palm Springs too.
It's called the
something-
ranch
yeah,
or
it's like
something.
something
the ranch studio.
I'll find it.
But
But it's like
yeah.
similar concept, except yours is in Montana.
I would just love that for us to be able to like do shit like this.
Yeah.
And we can continue doing it, and
Yeah.
then everything, all the rooms are so separated that like if there's like a big common area, nobody's getting interrupted. Like it's
We were talking
it's
about getting an Airbnb, but why would we do that if we got your place?
Exactly.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
What about Italy? That place that you said.
It'd be so complicated to get everybody out to Italy though.
Yeah.
That'd be
Passports.
sick because it's only like 26,000 euros to buy like 4 acres of land, but I don't even know if I could buy land in Italy when I'm not a citizen.
I'm pretty sure
We could do it.
Sure you can.
You could do it. Well, I'd rather do something in the U.S.
Money
because
speaks,
it'd just
dude.
be easier.
Money speaks.
Yeah.
Dad, we'll just take the PJs. Let's take the PJs over there.
yeah.
Dad, can I borrow the PJ? I've always thought it'd be like a really funny thing, like late 30s, like you and like 5 friends, everyone's like fresh off the first divorce, like just going in on like a house together.
Jeez.
Like probably just like a really bad like financial investment, but like the homies just like living together,
Dude.
something wild. It'd probably get like kind of dark quick.
Which
but
one of us
it'd
is
be a good time.
which one of us is the guy who doesn't get divorced and then is just like seething with FOMO the whole time?
it just crushes his
And it's just like
relationship.
low-key, like it, like their relationship is just deteriorating because he sees the boys.
Because he's going out there every weekend. Like, sorry, kids. Like, Daddy's got to hang with friends on the weekends.
It's hype
Daddy's gotta
house,
do
but
DMT
38-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever.
Well, it'd be cool because you could sign, you have like a contract situation with everybody where everybody agrees to pay this much for the property. And it's like, $10,000 and it's like 7 homies own it. And I mean, I don't know where you could find something that's only $70K, but honestly, I'm
That's
sure
a good down payment.
I'm
though.
sure there's somewhere,
That's a good down payment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the monthly split 7 ways.
Is nothing.
And
I'm like, should we go in on property together, boys?
Can you put a price on hanging with the boys?
70K, baby. That's the price.
We pull in money.
Pull in, dude.
Hang with the
10K.
boys.
If you have a large enough group of homies that you trust, you could pull that money and get some property.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
I think there's going to be a time
but
in our 30s we're going to be doing that. I'm definitely going to be wanting to do that with y'all.
I
yeah,
feel
for
excited.
Sure. Like, should we go in on this place?
Nilo, you're 30, right?
You guys want to buy a
30.
house?
I'm in my 30s.
Kirk is 20.
I'd rather not say.
It's 28.
28.
Use his
You're
Hollywood age.
30.
He's
29.
You're 29. I'm 29.
I'm 17.
Do you guys feel like the trope is true? Like 20s are for learning, 30s are for earning. Do you guys feel like we're hitting that breaking point as we like transition to the next stage of our life? We're like,
100%.
I'm finally ready to make some fucking money.
I wasn't ready the past 2 years. I couldn't be bothered.
Please God.
Yeah. Like, I fucking surrender. I get it. I'll do it. I'll make the money then.
Yeah.
If I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Like there's a turning point. There's a little ocean in the motion of the tides.
You know that it's the turning point and you do it now or forever hold your peace. And it's like, all right, well, I know which way I'd rather go.
Yeah.
Dude, I still very much believe in
rich.
something Nilo once said. And I feel like we're all going to be millionaires in due time. And it's inevitable. And it's a burden.
Is that what I said?
It's going to be a tax burden for sure.
Exactly.
We need some write-offs. I'm going to need some write-offs, i.e. let's buy property together.
Yes.
I don't know what rule the government has with writing off a house you buy with 7 homies, but
there's no rules. It's a business. We started an LLC. Call it. What would be our real estate LLC called? Our combined.
Spicy Boys Real Estate
Limitless
LLC.
LLC.
No, I don't know.
Limitless.
Limitless buildings.
Limitless real estate.
Adam McKay Film Club LLC. McKay Real Estate. They're like, McKay Real Estate? Like, whose last name is McKay? Adam McKay, our favorite director.
Mediocre real estate.
We're just unlicensed selling people houses.
Mediocre beats real estate LLC.com.
What kind of problems do you think you would run into if we wanted to do that? And then we started with this house, and the way we had to do it was our goal was the next thing we buy it has to be a house touching the house you just bought.
Touching it? Like,
Yeah.
so
Or
like a
next
neighbor,
to
like
it.
the
An
neighbor.
Adjacent property. Like, and how far do you think we could spread? What kind of problems do you run into? People who refuse to sell?
People who refuse to sell, people who know you're trying to buy the property next door that you already own one, and then they push up the price a ton.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What? Oh, it's time to
We
go?
gotta leave in like 5 minutes.
All right, cool.
I got to shower.
You have 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
I'm going to kill myself.
Bye, Kirk.
Literally,
Bye, Kirk.
literally,
Thanks,
we do have to leave in 5, Kirk.
You
So-
got this. I've seen you do.
Just don't
I've-
shower, dude. Just don't shower. Just change.
I bet you can shower in 2 minutes. I believe in you.
Go.
What are other things Kirk can do in under 2 minutes?
The list is
Name
endless.
Hey, wink, wink.
So yeah, man. The thing that I thought was funny about Succession the most was that nobody questioned that he took this pill and just became a god. Like,
Not Succession.
oh, sorry, Limitless.
In a way,
Fuck
though.
off.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
off. He just took this pill.
Oh,
sorry.
Did he spit on him?
No, it
No.
just burst his eardrum. I
I could just
apologize.
pop the fucking.
But
Is that what you said?
you know, he just became a god immediately, and nobody like around him questioned it. They all just got super horny. And
Yeah.
were like, oh, okay.
Well, I
looks
think-
like you turned your shit around. And
Yeah.
He's like, you were a fucking junkie one day ago. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to fuck again.
This guy's got potential.
It's like,
I know.
oh,
I feel like
you learned German yesterday.
I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see a remake of that movie, but from everyone else's perspective.
Yeah, just being like the fuck.
She's like his girlfriend's like, I don't know. He just like had this meteoric rise, and then he started love bombing me, and
yeah.
and it was really abusive.
Well, especially the scene where he's in.
He drugged me.
He said I stood no chance.
Told me to run.
Especially the scene where he's in the stairwell. He like first takes it, and she's just staring at him, and he's just like, for like 5 minutes, he's just like. She was probably like, "What's going on with this guy?" And then out of nowhere, he's like,
"What's wrong?
You're reading the wrong book."
No, he starts with, "What's wrong?"
Oh yeah.
Has no one cared for you today?
Yeah.
As if like when somebody's like yelling at you, like that's the fucking magic disarming fucking. What's wrong?
It kind of is though.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't disagree with that part of the script, but
I don't know if I've talked about this before, but a neighbor of mine, a friend was coming into town to visit, and he drove down my street, like going 40 miles an hour, and my neighbor, was walking her dog, and he like didn't come. I mean, it was fine, but he got to my house and he was like, "Dude, some crazy lady down the street was just yelling at me for driving down here. Like, it was freaking me out." And then we just hear her coming up, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my neighbor. She knows where you're headed." And I hear her coming up. She's like, "I know that house. I recognize that house." And she came up and she was like yelling at him. She was like, "This motherfucker's driving so fast." It was like 3 a.m.
Whoa.
And I'm not gonna lie. I think I tapped into my NZT brain, and I was like, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah, dude.
And she was like, quickly like,
"What do you mean?"
There were storms that had fucked up her property elsewhere. Like, it had been a hard day. And she was like, "I'm sorry, blah, blah." And I was like, and then I looked at my friend and I was like, "You need to apologize to her right now." And then when we got inside, I was like, "Sorry, I called you out.
You
but you were my
NZT'd that
scapegoat."
fucking
You NZT'd
situation.
that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
that was a good.
Is
You're an
everything
empath.
okay? That's such a good like disarming.
I was gonna
statement.
say the way he said it in the movie was like, "What's wrong?" You'd have to be definitely a little more firm than that. I feel like.
yeah.
Be like,
I think is
"Okay,
everything
what's wrong?"
okay is a
What's
nice way to
going
be
on?
like, I'm
Yeah.
actually concerned about you.
Yeah.
What's wrong seems like
It's a little bit
manipulative,
blamey, yeah.
a little
What's
grimy.
wrong?
Yeah. Just chill.
Then again, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The writing of that movie was a little dated.
Yeah, definitely.
They didn't take things into consideration, the syntax of what he was saying. But we got to go. We're going to eat some food. Thank you guys for coming, and I love you guys.
Thanks
for
for
hanging
having
out in
us.
our house.
Cheers. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
I got nothing to say, yeah, I'm just loving the way you're looking over here. Come over here and tell me your name. I could tell by the sound, yeah, when you open your mouth. I hear my new favorite melody, hey. We should both run away.